All right, you're still watching TVC Breakfast. Now, a lot has happened in the world of social media, and the only lady that will give us all the information, good, bad, whatever is trending, she brings it on. Olamide Edoko is standing by. Good morning, how are you doing?
Good morning, Ria. I must say I missed you introducing me yesterday. No one does it quite like you. You said the only lady, and in that moment, I really feel that I'm ready to handle trending now.
Yeah.
Shall we see?
Take it away.
Let's have a look. Good morning to our viewers. I like to say that TVC has a finger on the pulse and our eyes on the streets. And here on the Trending Now segment, my team and I, both front end and back end, do our best to bring you some of the trending stories that are shaping the world that you and I live in. We begin today on a very sad note, where shock and tributes have continued to spread across social media following reports that Nollywood actor Alexx Ekubo has died at the age of just 40 years old. Several actors and entertainment personalities, including Funke Akindele, Bolanle Linalowo, and many others, have shared emotional messages online reacting to his death. Alexx Ekubo became widely known through his roles in Nollywood films, in television productions, and in entertainment campaigns over the years. But he first gained national attention after emerging first runner-up at the Mr. Nigeria competition in 2010, before building a very successful acting career. At the time of this report, his family is yet to release an official statement, but tributes continue to pour in from fans and colleagues across the entertainment industry. Alexx Ekubo posted this video a few months before he passed away, and I thought it really spoke to how fickle life is. Have a look at him.
There is no end. Life after death is a concept humans still don't understand.
Gentle soul, rest in perfect peace. Let's have a look at some of the tributes from social media. Young Gichu says, painful death. He died at his peak age. May his soul find rest in the Lord. Amen. Vinny says, it is really sad. Such a fine and talented actor. May his soul rest in peace. Lola says, me and my siblings were talking about this guy just a few days ago. We were wondering why he's not been active on social media. Chijoke says, there is nothing in this life. Let's just handle everything with a light hand. Be at peace with all and be ready to meet your maker any day, any time. And now team reports coming out. We're not sure if these are confirmed or not, important to note, but that Alexx was battling with cancer. He was struggling with his health, but reports say that he was still showing up to movie sets, putting his best foot forward, because that's the sort of person that he is. He was dedicated to his craft, to his career, and to acting. And it's such a shame that at just 40 years old, he has passed on. But it's a lesson for all of us. You never know what anyone is passing through. So be kind, be at peace with all men in all that you do. It's very sad to see, because I'm so sure that he still had so much more to offer the world.
You see, when a young man dies, the pain is palpable. You can feel it, you can hold it. It's as if it's right there in front of you. Alexx happens to be one of the few actors that I really enjoy watching. And I'm not saying this because it's passed on. I'm saying it because it's the truth. You know, I don't know what to say. Obviously, it must have been health challenges that he succumbed to. For his family, it's a great loss. For Nollywood, that is one hole that needs to be filled, and I wonder how long it will take for anybody to be able to wear those big shoes that he left behind. Rest in peace, Alexx.
Oh, Alexx, this is actually a very sad one. You know, when I saw it all over social media yesterday, my heart was totally broken. I kept on calling so many people just to hear that it's a lie. But unfortunately, this is the truth. And the only thing I can pray is that, you know, he rests in peace, and God will just give the family the fortitude to bear the loss. When we talk about Alexx, Alexx redefined Nollywood. He was that lovely, romantic, you know, man in Nollywood. Very, very handsome, very full of life. His case reminds me of Chadwick Boseman. People fight so many things that we do not know about. You do not know the financial battle, the health battles that people are fighting. It's just so sad to see that he passed away, you know, at his peak, just 40. This is a guy that would do comedy. This is a guy that will act. This is a guy that will model. He was all-rounded. I I like to say Alexx was the total package. When we talk about movies, A Sunday Affair, Blood Covenant, The Blind Lagosians, you know, these are movies that he did not just act, but he left a mark that will forever be remembered. Absolutely. It's quite a sad one, Olamide, and I'm just praying that he rests in peace. I remember the tweet he put up where he said that he wished cancer would just be a zodiac sign. You know, he put that tweet up, and that tweet has been trending. May he rest in peace. And I just hope that this will teach us that nobody is getting out of life alive. Let's be kind to one another. Let's love one another.
Absolutely. Rest in perfect peace, Alexx. Moving on into the world of entertainment, veteran TV host Frank Edoho is getting people talking after he revealed that he earned just slightly above 100,000 naira monthly during his early years hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now, in a video that he shared on Instagram, Frank Edoho reflected on the early days of the hit television show. And he said that despite the modest salary, he was still expected to look polished, look successful, and very wealthy on screen. According to him, that job required sharp suits, confidence, and the image of a very affluent man living a very wealthy lifestyle, even though the reality behind the scenes was very different. This is what he had to say.
To be a millionaire, first 2 years, my salary per month was 100 and something thousand naira. But I had to wear a suit and say, it's a fine one. So I act as if I own all the money. But when it came on, I just said, let me just give a figure to my boss, the owner of the show. He said, how much are you going to be paid? I said, well, I just told him, I'm not going to give you that figure.
Frank later explained that things got better after MTN Nigeria came on board as a sponsor of the show, and he says that his earnings then improved significantly after he personally negotiated a better deal with the production company. And he also said that the visibility from the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire eventually opened bigger doors for him, from hosting events across the country to now becoming one of the most recognizable faces on Nigerian television. Very interesting. If you're earning 100K now, stay strong, things will get better. Let's have a look at social media. Emeka says, Frank Edoho's prowess at hosting that show, how he made people feel as if their lives were at stake with the possibility of a wrong answer, and collecting that sort of money then tells you how bad the economy was. Modern day hosts that are not even at his level would definitely be earning times 10 that figure. Stephen says, it's not about the money, but the benefits. The benefits was more than the pay. The fame, the influence, the connections, and all of that. That was a wise decision. And Omotayo says, 160K in 2004. People don't even earn that in 2026. That was huge then. That is a valid point, Omotayo. But team, once again, we are confronted with this debate and that slogan, you know, fake it till you make it. He says he was earning just 100K at Tuma, but he had to look the part. And I'm sure that even though, you know, 100K was big money that time, however, a suit costs a lot of money. I'm sure you can speak to that. And that is the conundrum that is facing many young people these days. I have to show up and look the part, but I'm barely making ends meet. I know Ria will have a lot to say about this, but dissect this for me, team.
All right. As at that time, Frank, we are somehow connected. He went to the University of Calabar while I was doing my broadcasting thing there, so we became friends and so on. And as at that time, that 160 was quite a lot of money, even for Frank, though it wouldn't have given him the kind of affluent look and all that the producers of the show wanted. But the message here is that he kept on. He kept on, and before you knew it, they had a sponsor, and he really became the affluent guy. Now he didn't have to fake it anymore. He really became the affluent guy. And you needed to know the package that MTN came with. You know, talking about those suits, the shoes, shirts, ties, and the many zeros after a big figure in front. Frank had done very well for himself. He is, as the story says, a face that everybody knows and a name that everybody can recognize.
Olamide, if you ask me, I'll say you're rich in your mind before you're rich in your pocket. And I need people to understand that. You can wear something of 3,000 naira, 4,000 naira, but the way you carry it and you walk in somewhere, people will think that, you know, you're wearing something very expensive. It's the confidence that you exude. And I think that that's what Frank did. I hope our young ones are learning from this. What I want them to pick from this is sometimes you just need that one platform. The money may not be so much, but the opportunities that platform will give you is something that will be second to none. The first event I did, I never got paid for that event, but I know the door doors that he opened for me. But our young ones is always about money, money, money. But if you truly love the craft and you know the talent that you have, and that's the talent that he knew that he had. I mean, nobody could have done Who Wants to Be a Millionaire better than Frank. He did it, he made a point, and he was able to, make something good out of it. So from everything that he has said, instead of us saying, oh, that money was small, that money was big, what we should learn is that sometimes you have a very big platform. You have to wait. The money may not be enough, but the platform, what that platform will give you may be more than what you'll have even charged them. Well done to Frank Edoho. I know he's facing a lot of marital issues now, and I can wish him the very best, in his future endeavors.
Yeah, like Ria said, to my young people, you must look the part, but you must also play the part, know your stuff. Thank you so much for your input, team. Moving on, a new twist has emerged in the ongoing controversy surrounding reality TV star Ilebaye after a leaked voice note recording allegedly involving her mother has now surfaced online. In this audio that is trending on the X app and on Instagram, this woman, who's believed to be Ilebaye's mother, expresses frustration over her daughter's relationship with her father. The mother says that Ilebaye often defended her father when they had marital disagreements, and she repeatedly encouraged her to reconcile with him after conflicts. This voice note also contains a lot of emotions in which Ilebaye's mother allegedly warned Ilebaye not to contact her again and questioned Ilebaye's loyalty with the family. And perhaps this tells us a bit more about what happened between her and her father. But listen to this.
Look for me, because if I die today, you contribute to my debts. Don't look for me. Hold your father that you love so much with your life. You are always protecting your father from everything your father is doing. You never agree that your father is doing any bad thing. When I have problem with your father, you will come and beg me. You will come and tell me that I should go. I should go back to your father, that your father is a good man.
Drama. In another video that's trending online, Ilebaye's mother dismissed claims that she's disowned Ilebaye. She says that this recording was now planned between the both of them. She says that she could never disown her child despite the controversy surrounding the leaked audio. Have another listen.
Something that popped out yesterday about me abandoning her from that video. Always when we have issue that I leave the house, is always putting the blame on my daughter, that is my daughter that made me to leave. So I just framed something up. And I told her before I framed that message, I told her that since I'm leaving, I will want to make your father know that you don't have hand in my leaving. And that is the only way you will be free. That video, I did not abandon my daughter. And there is nothing my child will do to me that I can say I will abandon her.
Well, these developments have continued to generate reactions online. Many social media users are now debating this family privacy. Let's have a look at social media. Vanessa Omotainse says, this is a wrong move, very wrong move. They should have kept quiet because this now makes you look like a liar and all your testimonies are null and void. She's referring to Ilebaye's mother here. Exito says now she's planning on leaving Enugu to Lagos because she can't take the shame any longer from a voice note. I feel bad for her brother and parents during this time with all the shame and the disgrace. Good Governance says, Mom says it was planned between me and Ilebaye. I will never disown my child. Finally, a parent who owns up. Instead of the usual, I saw it on Twitter. Planned what exactly? The audio, the controversy, the plot twist? Conclusion is that in celebrity family dramas, plan just means we both have publicists. Take home advice. If your family feud needs a press release, maybe WhatsApp first. Team, this Ilebaye story has now broken a record. I have never been confused about any story on Trending Now. Etoma and Ria, I have never been confused. I always know my stuff, the exact drama that happens. For the first time, I'm standing here saying, I don't know what is going on. But what we can deduce from this is that Ilebaye has a very troubled family life. Yeah. We are seeing that conflict stemmed from her mother and father, and they had very tense relationships. And now all this is playing out on social media. When this young woman should be focusing on her career and the moves she's going to make following Big Brother, she's now left contending with mother drama, father drama online, and is now battered and bruised by her father, as we saw over the weekend at Tuma.
Well, in entertainment, all publicity is good publicity. It keeps your name in the lips of people, and that's the important thing. I have always been against taking family issues to social media. Family is supposed to be family. You know, what happens in Alabama stays in Alabama, that kind of attitude. And now we are having the father came out with his own voice note, and the mother now has come out with two. It's just messy. Family issues should be kept within the family.
And I think oftentimes people forget that the internet never ever forgets. So it may be many years from now, Ilebaye's children as well will come and see this drama. You know, I believe that when something is a family issue, it shouldn't have come out. But now it has come out, you cannot blame people for talking about it because you released the voice note. What happened about calling your family together, having a meeting with your family and resolving it? And sometimes I worry and I wonder why parents do this. Once you know you have children, there's certain ways you have to deal with conflicts. You cannot deal with conflicts on social media where you know that your children's mental health are involved. You know, I worry for Ilebaye's mental health right now. I worry for the other children right now. So I believe that the mother, instead of coming out, call your husband, whatsoever, you know, sometimes you settle with someone, not saying go back to him, but settle because of, you know, what is involved. So I'm just hoping that they can settle this whole thing, you know, because it doesn't do well for the mental health of the children.
Absolutely. Very soon, I will soon also drop my own voice note on this matter. Moving on, a heated argument over cement prices is trending online for some reason. Now, a buyer returned months later to pick up 50 bags of cement that he'd already paid for in full. The buyer in the video showed his receipt and he said he bought this cement at 11,000 naira per bag in January and he shouldn't pay anything extra to collect these goods. But the seller then insisted that cement prices since that time have gone up and he demanded an extra 2,000 naira per bag. He said that the old stock was no longer available. Well, this exchange quickly turned into a shouting match as both men stood their ground in front of other customers. Have a look at this trending video.
Wait now. This thing now, don't be January you buy them. Cement when you buy January, 11,000 per bag. No, cement na 13,000. You say I give you cement. Oga, see, I pay you good. If you want my give you cement, you balance me to 2,000 per each.
How?
Why I balance you?
You don't pay you.
I don't pay you down.
Well, that video has triggered debate on social media. Many Nigerians are divided over who is right in this dispute. Some people are saying that a full payment and receipts should protect the buyer. Other people are saying that you took a long time for a collection of your cement, and this has created problems when we talk about inflation. Very, very interesting. I'm going to move straight over to our notable timeline of the day.